When I saw this floating around today, I had that feeling in my stomach. That mix of, no way this is real, and wait, what if it actually is? Because we all know what this team is missing. We feel it every single Sunday. We've seen it in the biggest moments. And now there's real noise connecting Buffalo to something that could completely shift the direction of this offense. This isn't just a random rumor. This is the kind of move that changes how defenses line up against us. The kind of move that tells the league we're done playing around. But before we get into the details, let me ask you something real quick. If you're truly part of Bills Mafia, smash that like button and subscribe to Bills Nation Update. We're so close to our first 1,000 subscribers. We're only 55 away. And I'll be honest with you, my wife told me there was no way I'd hit 1,000 Bills fans by the end of this week. She said it couldn't be done. So now, I need you. If you live and breathe this team like I do, if you feel every win and every heartbreak the way we all do, help me prove her wrong. Let's hit that 1,000 together. All right, here's what's blowing up right now. According to Christopher Knox from Bleacher Report, the Buffalo Bills are being linked as a logical trade partner for the Philadelphia Eagles if they decide to move on from A.J. Brown this offseason. Yeah, that A.J. Brown. And the reason this is even being discussed? Simple. The entire league knows what we know. Josh Allen needs a true number one wide receiver. Not a good receiver. Not a rotational piece. A true top-tier defensive coordinator nightmare kind of target. Knox straight up said the reloading Bills desperately need to find a true number one target for Josh Allen. And that Brown would be a massive upgrade over every receiver currently on Buffalo's roster. And honestly, can you argue with that? Now, why would Philadelphia even consider moving a player like A.J. Brown? That's where this gets interesting. During the Eagles' wild card loss to the San Francisco 49ers, they lost that game 23-19 at home. There was visible tension. Brown and head coach Nick Sirianni had a heated sideline exchange. It wasn't subtle. Cameras caught it. You could feel the frustration. Brown had 2 drops in that game, tying a career high. He finished with just 3 catches for 25 yards on 7 targets. And it got ugly. Philly fans booed him after his second drop in the fourth quarter. Booed their star receiver in a playoff game. And after the game, he declined to speak to the media. That's not nothing. Then, when you zoom out to the full season, Brown still put up solid numbers. 78 catches, 1,003 yards, 7 touchdowns. But reports say he and Jalen Hurts just weren't on the same page at all. The chemistry looked off. Timing looked off. You could see the frustration building. And when the relationship between a star receiver and a quarterback starts cracking, that's when front offices start making hard decisions. Now here's the part that makes this fascinating from our perspective. Brown has been with the Eagles since 2022. In that time, he's totaled 339 receptions, 5,034 yards, and 32 touchdowns. That's elite production. And imagine plugging that into this offense. Imagine Josh Allen with a physical, dominant, contested catch monster like that on the outside. Let's be real. Allen is a better, pure passer than Jalen Hurts. That's not disrespect, that's just reality. Brown with a quarterback who can drive the ball anywhere on the field? That's scary. But before we start ordering jerseys, let's slow down. Eagles GM Howie Roseman was asked about Brown in his season-ending press conference, and he didn't sound like a guy eager to trade him. He said it's hard to find great players in the NFL and that AJ is a great player. He emphasized they look for great players who love football, and that Brown is that guy. That sounds like public support. But here's the thing. General managers say things like that all the time, especially before the off-season market starts moving. If Philadelphia truly believes there's friction between Brown and Hurts, if they believe the locker room dynamic shifted, and if they're entering a mini retool phase, they might listen to offers. And if they listen, Brandon Beane better at least pick up the phone. Because this offense right now needs a tone setter at receiver. We've seen too many moments where Josh has to create magic because separation isn't there. Too many drives stall because there isn't that guy defenses fear on third down. A.J. Brown changes how defenses play you instantly. He demands double coverage. He wins contested balls. He's physical after the catch. He brings attitude. The question is cost. You're talking draft capital, probably multiple high picks. You're talking salary. You're talking committing to a big contract. And we're already navigating cap decisions as we try to keep this Super Bowl window open. That's the balancing act. But let me ask you this. What's the bigger risk? Paying for elite talent while Josh Allen is in his prime? Or wasting prime years trying to piece it together with good enough? Because the AFC isn't slowing down. Kansas City isn't going anywhere. Baltimore is dangerous. Cincinnati, when healthy, is lethal. If you want to break through, sometimes you have to make the bold move. This would be bold. Now, am I saying it's guaranteed? Absolutely not. A lot of people around the NFL believe Philadelphia should trade Brown. That doesn't mean they will. But the smoke is real enough that analysts are connecting the dots. And if Brown were to land in Buffalo, that instantly shifts expectations. That tells the locker room, we are all in. And that's what this moment feels like. We are in that window. The pressure is real. The Super Bowl conversation isn't one day. It's now. So this rumor, it's not just a fun off-season headline. It's about whether this front office is willing to swing big. Because Josh Allen deserves weapons that match his talent. Period. At the end of the day, this situation means one thing. The Bills cannot ignore the wide receiver position this offseason. Whether it's A.J. Brown or someone else, something has to change. We're too close. The window is open. And you don't waste windows in this league. All right, I want to hear from you. Would you trade for A.J. Brown? What would you give up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And if you're a die-hard Bills fan who wants real, honest opinions without the sugarcoating, subscribe to Bills Nation Update. We're just getting started and chasing our first 1,000 subscribers. Let's build this thing together. Bills Mafia.